Hi, my name is Sarah Solly. I'm the dietitian. Can you please state your name and date of birth for your safety?
Yes, my name is Frankie Garcia, 11/22/83.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. So why are you here today?
Actually, I think my doctor has a few concerns about my weight, so I think her and I decided that seeing a dietitian would be a good idea to try to put me at I guess, an optimal weight.
Okay. Okay. So you're interested in this as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Great. So thank you so much for filling out your 24-hour recall. I really appreciate that, taking the time to do that. I know sometimes it's a little tedious.
No, it's okay. It wasn't too
It
hard.
wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm looking at what your 24-hour. You can look at it with me if you'd like. So what I did is I ran it through nutrition analysis for you to kind of have an idea of about of what you're eating and about how many calories that is during the day. So have you been trying to make some lifestyle changes already?
Yes, I've tried just watching my fat content in general. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, just what you kind of overhear and stuff like as far as, don't eat too much of certain like, chips, stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been avoiding stuff like that
Good, good.
and Cokes with sugar. So just those are the type of things that I've kind of been avoiding.
Good. So have you been, is this kind of a typical thing? How long have you been eating about like, what we see here?
I would say this is my week, probably Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Saturday and Sunday, it's not as close, but it's similar.
Okay.
But the Saturday and Sundays, it's kind of different because you're at home versus at work, or you're kind of more
Right.
disciplined, and so I think this is kind of a good overview of my week in general.
Okay. So you get out of the routine a little bit on the weekend?
Correct.
Okay. And is it typical for you to eat, so I see fruits and vegetables pretty much almost with every meal, not with dinner, but with the breakfast and lunch.
Yeah. And that's very typical. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So you can see like even the meals at home kind of doesn't have as much vegetables or fruits as one would like.
Right. And I'm noticing, I don't see a lot of restaurant meals here. Do you try to limit that as well?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's always. I mean, they say it's better to eat at home, right?
Always.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. You're exactly right. Exactly right. So, when you're kind of looking through this, from what we see, I also have your nutrient analysis here. So this is your total calories for each food group, and then this would be your total calories for the day. So you were a little bit over in calories.
Oh, really?
So when you look here,
because I thought I was really doing really good.
yeah, I mean, a lot of things look really well. Like I see that you're trying to do mix the egg substitute with the whole egg, which is a great idea to help with fat intake and cholesterol. And then you're also adding the vegetables in the morning, which is very good. Also, the good fruits and vegetables. I think the area that, if you're looking down here, what are you noticing that's going to be a little bit higher in calories? Does anything surprise you?
Yeah, there's that 825 on my almonds.
Yeah. So, almonds are a very healthy food. However, it is a fat. It's a healthy fat. So it's good heart health, so it won't harm your heart. But you can tell, with the portion that you had, it's kind of making your calorie level go up quite a bit. So yeah, 825 calories in some almonds is probably a little bit high. Do you think that this is something that you could monitor a little bit closer?
Well, I mean, maybe it was an education thing. I never thought that almonds would generally have that much calories because I mean, I use it to snack at work, and part of it probably is just so I could be occupied and
Right.
keep myself a little entertained. I don't know.
Yeah.
But wow, that's really surprising. Maybe I gotta consider obviously a smaller portion or something that's in the more less calorie range.
Do you find yourself hungry? So
Yeah,
I'm assuming this is at work.
correct.
Are you hungry here, or do you feel like you just eat? You mentioned just eating because maybe boredom or something.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you
part
find
of it.
yourself
Yeah,
doing
and
things like that?
just to spread out my appetite, just so I'm not,
Okay.
like 2 hours after breakfast, I'm already starving or something like that.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay, good. And I think the choices you made, I mean, you're doing the almonds, banana chips, and yogurt. Those are good options. It's just, I think the portion we could probably look at a little bit closer. And then coming down even later to lunch or to dinner, um, the portions at dinner, do you feel like that's kind of typical for you? Do you normally eat that amount?
I always go for the seconds.
Okay. Where do you eat dinner typically?
At home.
But I mean, like, do you eat at the table or in front of the TV? Are you watching TV while you eat?
Oh, it's at the table.
Okay.
It's just I like the seconds. I mean, when it's good
Yeah,
dinner,
yeah.
it's good dinner. And
Do you eat quickly?
yes, I do.
Okay.
Fairly quickly, actually.
Okay. So that might be an area again to think about. A lot of times, if you eat very quickly, then sometimes you don't really have time to think about your food. Your stomach doesn't have time to tell your brain, "I've had enough." So that's one thing to think about as well. Also, you are doing your good fiber here for breakfast and here for lunch, but maybe adding some kind of vegetable or fruit before you eat dinner might help you watch your portion at dinner as well. The thought.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can incorporate fruit at dinner, or vegetables and fruit. I do throughout the day, so it doesn't. I don't think it's a huge change.
Yeah, so we try to follow the plate method. Have you heard of the plate method before?
I honestly know.
Okay.
I haven't. No.
So if you look at this paper,
Okay.
if you look at the paper here, so half of the plate should always be fruits or vegetables.
Gotcha. Not the whole thing spaghetti, right?
Not the whole thing. Exactly.
Okay.
So, and I think that that's a very common thing in Texas is to eat a large portion and to forget to have your fruits or vegetables. So always remember you can do half the portion and try to fill the other half up with your fruits or vegetables instead of doing the whole plate full. And hopefully that'll be enough to fill you up. We don't want you to be hungry. You want to be able to eat and enjoy yourself. It's just making sure that you're eating the right thing. So, and it should keep you from being too hungry.
Okay.
What about one thing that we didn't ask in the recall? What about your exercise?
Um, I would say fair weather exerciser.
Okay.
Yes. I try to keep a routine. That even then, it could be max 2 times out of the week.
Okay.
So and it's generally during my lunch hour. So whatever I can squeeze in that lunch hour is basically what I can get in there. I mean, I'm sure there's room for improvement. Adding.
There always is.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Maybe taking an extended lunch just to get extra calories burned. I guess.
Do you have time outside of work to exercise?
You know what? I mean, there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. So I think yeah.
So what kind of ways do you feel like would help you? So it sounds like you know that exercise is important, correct?
Yes.
So one thing that I always tell people is exercise is a medication you don't have to pay for. So people who exercise generally have to be on less medication throughout their life. So it's something to really think about and try to make it a little bit more of a priority. But when you're thinking about your day, is there a certain time of day that you feel like you could exercise more consistently?
Probably late in the evening. I think that would be a good way. I mean, once you start settling down from dinner and just your day in general, there's always that time where you spend watching TV.
Right.
So,
right.
So yeah, I think fitting something in there in that time could be.
And sometimes, setting a schedule and having a certain time that you always exercise, sometimes that helps you get more of a routine going. But our goal eventually is to get to at least 30 minutes, 5 days a week, if not more. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I'd never recommend starting with that, but gradually you want to increase that through time.
Okay.
Okay. So I know we talked about a lot today. So every time, this is a lifestyle change. This isn't something that you want to do for 2 weeks and then stop. So it's something we want to make gradual changes over time, small, slow, steady improvements, and then you can continue to see me as often as you'd like. So
I think that would be a good idea.
So to start with, would be one thing that you would like to start with to make your goal to improve your health out of everything we talked about?
Well, I mean, I guess I was really surprised on the amount of calories I'm taking, even though I was like thought I was on the right track. So.
And I think you are. I mean, you are eating healthier things. It's just you do have to look at the portions as well.
Yeah, and I think that's it. They got labels for a reason, I guess. So, I guess and another thing is just you don't know when you're cooking at home how many calories are really truly once you prepare the meal.
Right.
But yeah, I get portions. Yeah, I guess I just need to look at it a little closer.
Looking at the portions a little
Yeah,
closer.
portions.
And that's why I really like this plate that I showed you, because when you're at home, sometimes label reading can get a little, a little too much. It can be a little too excessive if you're always looking at the label, and sometimes it can cause you to get stressed out a little bit. So sometimes the plate is a simpler way to look at it and say, if I make sure I do half my plate vegetables or fruit and then do my other half my spaghetti or whatever you're having, then sometimes that helps kind of balance things out without having to always do math and always look at the label. So that's something to think about too. You don't have to always look at the label, but sometimes it would help. Like, for example, the almonds.
Yeah. Those almonds are
right. So to start with, what would be your one thing that you would like to work
on? It's really portion control.
Portion control? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and set something up for about a month, and then we'll continue to follow, and you can always call if you have any questions, okay?
Fair enough.
It was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in today.
No, thank you.